Welcome back to Forza Horizon 5, and today, as the title says, I'm doing more of your challenges. And by challenges, of course I mean the Super 7. Also, if I sound ill, unfortunately, I am. However, before we go any further, let's go ahead and actually explain just what the Super 7 is. You see in front of you, you've got 7 different challenge cards. Each of them gets revealed after you complete the first challenge. So, example, I complete this one, I get to see what challenge number 2 is. I complete that, I get to see challenge number 3. As you see in the bottom left, we've got a completion award for the Super Wheel Spin, but we have to go and complete all Super 7 cards, and every single challenge is random, including this one. So let's go ahead and jump into Neon at Night. Right, here we go, a Neon at Night by ST1MPS. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. We need to hit 283 miles an hour in a Koenigsegg Jesko in less than 50 seconds, so, you know, no pressure. And away we go. First thing we need to do is turn around immediately and try and get some traction. Oh dear. Right, let's try and see if we can hug the road here. That's not hugging the road, that's a building. I'm just going to go ahead and restart that. Okay, here we go for round number 2. Now I understand kind of why it set us back the other way before. We're going to go ahead and just back up a bit, so I've got a little bit of extra room here. Oh god, we nearly spun it. As you can tell, we're off to a great start so far. Right, launch control, and away we go. And hopefully this time we can make it. Right, come on, open road, away we go. Let's stick our foot down. 283 is, of course, the kind of like the target here. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. We are absolutely flying. And what do we get through the camera? 293, beating it by 10, and that's challenge card number 1 complete. Oh, by the way, you get XP for doing these as well, so if you need a quick way to level up, then that could be the way to do it. Right, let's see, challenge card number 2, Collectosaurus. We need to go ahead and smash a dinosaur pinata, and then make this thing fly. Here we are, Collectosaurus. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with the McLaren F1 GT. Before we do that, I need a photo for the video thumbnail. Right, let's go ahead, back this thing up all the way to here, get on launch control, and absolutely ascend it in the McLaren F1 GT. We've got to go ahead and smash a pinata, so that's 1, that's 2, I've lost count, and off the, oh my god, that wasn't the ramp. Okay, right, across we go, over the ramp, 62 feet to beat. I think we have definitely beaten that, with a score of 709, and that is challenge card number 2 complete. Honestly, I'm glad that was a lot easier than the first one. Okay, and now we go on to challenge card number 3. I believe that's German, and I can't read German for life of me. All I understand of that is Lamborghini Sesto FE and something 29 seconds. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Besides, what could go wrong? Right, here we are. I don't understand a single word of that, but I do see a very nice Sesto FE, a destination, and I'm assuming we just have to get there within the time set, which I think was 29 seconds. So let's go ahead, jump into the Lamborghini Sesto, and absolutely floor it in the wrong direction. Stand by, let me just do this. You know, I really wish there was a way I could skip this bit. Right, now we're facing the right way, and away we go with the Sesto FE. What can we do with this thing? Can we get there in at 29 seconds? Oh, wait. Oh, it's not a destination, it's a jump. We have to go ahead and fling this thing into the edges of outer space, and we've got to be 800, and I think that's 887 feet? Right, let's go ahead and see what we can do. I think we've well and truly beaten it, but can we get a clean landing? The answer to that, apparently, was yes. By the way, each time you complete one of these challenge cards, you get the option to leave a dislike, a like, or just cancel and go about your day. But this one's good, so it's getting a like from me. If you also have a Super 7 challenge card that you think might be tricky for me to try and complete, do go ahead, join the Discord, and hopefully, if I remember rightly, there should be a channel where you can submit ones for me to try. Okay, challenge card number 4, Coast to Coast. So far for the previous 3, you've done pretty well indeed. Now we jump from an Lamborghini Sesto FE, or in this case, nothing, all the way over to the McLaren Senna to go coast to coast in under 4 minutes. Here we go, coast to coast with the McLaren Senna. It looks to be completely stock as well, so it should be very interesting indeed. But we need to go ahead and complete the journey in under 4 minutes. Can we do it? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's jump into the Senna and absolutely floor it and hope for the best. So we've got about 4 minutes to go, 8.3 miles, so let's go ahead and see what we can do. I would say fair, it's mostly on motorway at the moment, and probably until we get to the end of the motorway, then it's going to be more tricky. But for the moment, it just feels like another top speed run. Now, it sounds like a very interesting challenge indeed until you get up to speed and you realise this is all you're going to hear for the next 4 miles. Yep, that's McLaren bouncing off the rev limiter at 217, so we're still doing pretty good, but I've got to listen to that for the next nearly about 2 and a bit minutes. Oh dear. In the meantime though, it does give me a little chance to ask you all the question watching this video, and that is, if you've played Horizon 5 or indeed Horizon 4, have you played the Super 7 yet? And if not, will you be playing it? Also, for those wondering, the top speed at the end of the motorway is 221. Now, here's where things get interesting, because we're now off the motorway. We need to go ahead and dive off to our right down here, and we've still got another 1.9 miles to go with just under half the time remaining. So something tells me this could be quite an easy challenge. I mean, at the same time, I'm also quite alarmed because a lot of the challenges so far have been easy, so I'm waiting for some of the harder ones to step in. In the meantime though, with over a minute remaining, across the line we go, off into the trees and a tiny concrete thing. That is another challenge complete, 4 out of 7. Let's go back and see what challenge card number 5 has in store. I honestly think the bit that takes the most time trying to film one of these is waiting for these blooming loading screens. Okay, here we go, the reveal of challenge card number 5, and I can't read any of that at all. Oh dear. Right, here we go. I'm not even going to try and pronounce half this stuff because I genuinely can't read any of that. So let's go ahead and jump into the beamer and see what we can do. And I know we just need to beat whatever time it is of a minute 22. But I don't know what the challenge is, so we're kind of jumping into this one half blind, so to speak. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with the beamer. What I can tell you is this thing has a 2JZ. It started us all the way back down on the highway again, and we've got to go ahead and I think get to the destination within a minute 22. Whether that's possible though, I have no idea. The one thing I'm glad about is the fact there's no traffic, because if there was, we'd be in trouble. Also, the one thing I find kind of interesting is we are going faster in a modified BMW M4 than we were in a full all-out McLaren Senna, which is absolutely insane. In the meantime, less than 5 seconds to go, our destination is right there, and across we go with 2 seconds remaining. Talk about cutting it close. You know, I often thought about making a Super 7 card. Maybe I should. Right, here we go. The last but one Super 7 card, the 718 GT4 RS Promo. Or to you and I, one of the easiest challenge cards to complete. And so here it is, a very interesting looking vehicle indeed. And to be fair, I don't actually know if I have this one on the Horizon Promo yet. So you know what? This might actually be a pretty good car for us to drive. The challenge is to go to a destination that takes us 1 minute 40, but considering it's right there, I don't think it's going to be too much of a hassle. And just for the sake of it, yeah, there we go, another Horizon Promo. And apparently I didn't actually have that one either. Alright, back to driving. And so, with that done, across the line we go. Challenge card number 6 complete. Let's hope challenge card number 7 is a little bit more tricky. Because after all, we are here for a challenge. Let's go ahead and see if the challenge card might actually be challenging. That's the most times I've ever said challenge in one sentence. And so we go to challenge card number 7, Photoradar, and the rest of it I can't read, but I can make out the fact that we're going to be driving the Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR, and I think we need to get to the destination in 2 minutes 30. Or rather, that's what I hope it says. Right, here it is, the Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR Forza Edition, which should be very interesting indeed. This is a very, very quick car, especially even the stock, but upgraded, this thing's an absolute menace. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. We have to race to the destination and beat the speed target. The speed target, by the way, being 195, so no pressure. I mean, definitely no pressure, considering you're doing 207 and we've only just got started. So if you're watching this video and you're not yet subscribed and you made it this far, maybe think about pressing that little subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1.5k by the end of this year, and any help would be greatly appreciated. And for those of you that have subscribed already, thank you. In the meantime, I've got a question for everybody watching, and that is, would you like to see me do the Super 7 cards again, but this time with your submissions? Of course, like I said earlier, if you want to submit a Super 7 card, you can go to my Discord, link in the description, and go ahead and find our special little Super 7 and Event Labs channel. In there, it'll have every single piece of info that you need. In the meantime, I think this is going to be a very easy Super 7 card to do, because across the line we go at 230, and we only needed 195. And with that is our Super 7 done, a brand new reward for us, and a little bit of XP, which hopefully, well, it doesn't quite push us into the next level, but it does get us close. And there we go, the Super 7 is now complete. We're not going to go ahead and restart that, because otherwise that's going to be another roughly around 30 minutes of recording, and in the time that I have been recording, it's turned to night in game. So for the sake of not boring you any further, and also putting this car back in the garage, I think that's where I'm going to leave this video. In the meantime though, that's pretty much all I have to say, so thanks for watching, tech out, see ya! Right, now to draft up ideas for Friday.